Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope say you na yahu eye and every year. Medini Kofi Asante Mpare and as Fifi Asante Mpare. It's been a while, but your baswa no share and our tagi uniebi amame. Yes, Sani no ewo aha. This afternoon, I'm on the seat on Hit Africa, and Baba will be discussing Ghana. We're going to discuss politics, we're going to discuss governance, and we're going to discuss Ghana in general. What is going on in Ghana? A lot. Yes, so with that, sorry, no one tia Simbi or Ghana, what they say, one sorry, no. You need to pinch yourself, maybe, na Yankopon Afro. Ebia na Nyankopon Afro. Just a sec. I'm just about to start the show, and this afternoon, as I said, we'll be discussing Ghana. We'll be talking about the concept of democratic governance and Ghana. We'll be looking at where democracy came from, where the blueprint actually came from, what people are doing to ensure we can uphold our democracy, and what others are also doing to ensure our democracy will be watered down. And I say, from there, we'll be looking at the spin, which is also going on. And I said something, spinning the Unspun is a very, very tricky thing. We will also look at that because there's some spins out there, which others will call it jandam, or others will call it propaganda. I call it spin. And we won't allow it to happen. So we'll be touching on that. We'll be looking at that as well, and then discuss that. And then we'll do our possible best to ensure that what is given to you from here is unfiltered. It's unfiltered, so you enjoy the broadcast. Maybe 1 minute or a few seconds to play a few videos, and that Yamfa Agrono and Shisheso. Why? Madaroma, Medamase.
Suzuza. A Brenna so. Brabaka yahu wa santimantem kropon wabra NDC amanyokuo no ebo dompem eni kromani nyina enantinante wokumasi afana nyina wabra ye chiracha amanfo 24-hour economy emfasudia ede bebra ye wo my Ghana wa oni say 24-hour economy no eye adwuma nkoa ye nanti ye nanti ye de free abo post office ede be wura pelele na fe ye de afa on the run na ye boy wura mention hospital na fe ye de wura Alaba street na fe ye de wura keyeti roundabout na ya boy wura Hello FM na fe ya toaso ewo A Life na ye de akopiem ewo Asafo overpass na fe ya be piem ewo Labor roundabout na ye de nyina besi ewo Jubilee Park sa 24-hour economy nanti ya nanti ewo santimantem kropon kumase etitirufo ebeba eye kanema mpedi John Dramani Mahama ena fe so wura asiedu nketia national chairman ma NDC amanyokuo no wura Joseph Yamin awoye national organizer ema NDC amanyokuo no Nana Kwesi awoye Ashanti regional chairman ema NDC ena fe so NDC empenifo nyina wa santimantem kaise adwumadie aye 24-hour economy sensitization working NDC Ashanti regional executives ene techi nantikesi yi baso ewo opepo boso me de toso aduonu 9 January 24 2024 wukuade ye Suzuza. A Brenna so. Brabaka yahu wa santimantem kropon wabra NDC amanyokuo no ebo dompem eni kromani nyina enantinante wokumasi afana nyina wabra ye chiracha amanfo 24-hour economy emfasudia ede bebra ye wo my Ghana wa oni say 24-hour economy no eye adwuma nkoa ye nanti ye nanti ye de free abo post office ede be wura pelele na fe ye de afa on the run na ya boy wura mention hospital na fe ye de wura Alaba street na fe ye de wura keyeti roundabout na ya boy wura Hello FM na fe ya toaso ewo A Life na ye de akopiem ewo Asafo overpass na fe ya be piem ewo Labor roundabout na ye de nyina besi ewo Jubilee Park Sa 24-hour economy nante ya ye nante e was antimantem kropon kumase e titirufo ebeba e ye kanema mpedi John Dramani Mahama e na afei so owura asiedu nketia national chairman ma NDC amanyokuo no owura Joseph Yamin a wo ye national organizer e ma NDC amanyokuo no Nana Kwesi a wo ye Ashanti regional chairman e ma NDC e na afei so NDC empenifo nyina wo asantimantem kaise adwumadie a ye 24-hour economy sensitization working NDC Ashanti regional executives and a techi nantikesi yi baso ewo opepo bosomi de toso aduonu 9 January 24 2024 wukwa de ye
On mute. Welcome back, Medini Fifi Asante Empowering. We're going to discuss Ghana. Nyamekani say, ana potoka semuno, yase discussing, twika semuno, yase, the agrubi wabe shisha so ya Ghana, and nidi, yede beto, amansan nim, na ya pensemu, apenia ekos Ghana. I'm going to mix this editorial with English and P. The beya ya mamino ya papa no so wo fie ebetimi atemase into broadcast we memese no P. It's an afternoon broadcast into with your share na uni ebifie adwuma ba ono so obeba no aba to so na wetimi ayeden etie bi my intie because it's very, very important. We don't know what is in each broadcaster. It will touch a soul. Na se nipa no benya adwensakra bi a obetimi akwakoto na aba edi ama NDC amanekuo no. We need every single vote of Ghanaians coming December 2024 into Mummy and share na yen target Mother Roma. Why? Whilst we doing that, Mummy yen Ghana flag no sena nkrofobi sisi a Ghana on na Kufuado graduation no Ghana flag no omadane no nti momiehwe no nembra
There will be a homework in them. I know I'm dear Bruna, one more thing. Or boarding.
You see, Yandro Ghana flag. Nayankara.
Ghana flag, you know, it's a color sign.
He mean draw star no. I'm first star in Sha.
Ghana flag, you know, so it's a color sign.
The Ghana flag have 4 colors. Green, red, yellow, and the black star.
And I don't know why I'm should me green or working? Should me green or working?
Madame so piano me here.
And it should me green or working, it should me green room. Ghana flag now run walk drop Papa Chrome, Cambodia for flag, send to Afghanistan for flag, and what draw to us in
green.
Ghana flag, what Afghanistan, Cambodia for flag.
Ghana flag, you
should me red, should me yellow, should me green,
red, yellow, yellow.
So people need okay.
Yellow, red.
And I'm green,
green.
You're riding and
the black.
One in Bempa, na metabua. My yaw raddy. Now the bosom way bedroom me. Would the way bedroom me? Ghana flag na me a Bessiwaka. Book me Catamania met me a drone. Met me a drone. What's the see and drum a Ghana flag? The way any.
Oh, Jaza Mimabo, Minima do it.
Woman,
Mimumia, go visit Crystal, mammy. Crystal, mammy, Pambo, and mammy, children, the Banadia. Oh, Jaza,
I will check Crystal, I didn't put in a Crystal. Cousin Fimicano, enough for you.
Oh, go visit Crystal, mammy, so James and Yam check Crystal, dear. I don't know you're gonna flag na yadi. I don't know my truck gonna flag mo.
I know you.
I know.
Now, welcome back. Edini Kofi Asante Mpare or Fifi Asante Mpare. Nea ekosi so wosha obefi say a groby and it's just a comic, but it's not actually a comic. This is what is happening. This is what is happening. I was listening to Good Morning Ghana this morning, and from the papers and the facts that have been laid bare to us, no, actually 60% of our SHS students, no, tertiary education because they don't have what it takes. They don't qualify into tertiary education. And this is serious. Hence, they don't have employability skills. So sometimes we see some of these things, we thought, oh, it's just a comic. But it's reality on the ground. It's actually the reality on the ground. This afternoon, what I want us to actually deal with, very, very important thing. We were all here when Kennedy Japan came during their primaries and then lambasted Bawumia and said all sorts of things. All sorts of things. How Bawumia has failed, how Bawumia is not good enough, how they've run the country down, the looting, the state capture. We have videos upon videos, catalogs, a dossier of videos, which we've compiled, waiting for the NPP. Now, same Kennedy Japan, in a radio interview, trying to blackmail Bawumia in a sense, Kennedy says, Napo, se Bawumia choose Napo as the running mate there, and you know, or the nechidi me person me jet video way in tree no biati ase or the nechidi phone nyina no because me the nechidi phone na it means me the misika me the mahoden me the nkrofo e di mechi support me during my campaign. I will move all my campaign team to come and support the NPP and do a mega campaign for NPP. And Yembisa Yahon said, as Ghana for why Canada Japan, who said, or who has been saying all these times, said, Bawumia is not good enough. He's not fit for purpose. He cannot be a leader. Bawumia, maybe he can lead the NPP, but he cannot lead Ghana. But now he's ready to support with all his might Bawumia for NPP to win the 2024 election. Me baba be bo video bi me bo video ni na ye baba be tie Kennedy Japan's reasons. Please like the video for me. If you hear, just click the like or the heart button if you can, please, so that that video, the agronism, will be able to pick the video up and then send it through the waves for it to, yeah, thank you. I'm getting the likes now. Thank you. Please like the videos for me. Thank you. Or like the broadcast if you can, please. If you're not driving and if it's possible for you to do that, I'll appreciate it if you could, please. Thank you. Canada Japan's reasons are reasons beyond beggars belief. Canada Japan.
Pay any for percent yet na
you see any media for the no chia any panel say also whether you say only so akunaibo. No, that is not what I meant. And I said they say Imisa Chief Justice. Now me there to come out say assassin na mafu sound. If you know what tibuno.
Smart Gun update.
What I'm saying is in fact Chief Justice and the register as so say mano in fact if you know if you get a judicial service
87.9 Kumasi.
The Chief Justice went extra mile by appealing even to national security to come in say at the end of so and yet the answer or the Nkofua Basua or Mafa Ayina Womusi Edan. So I was expecting say the car thank the Chief Justice to Silva because only Unimu na say you see. But the way a man for cry interpret here, almost said Yamikan no. It just said Chief Justice. He said need the money also cast what could I do. Chief Justice rather resisted ascenso. Say Omanumfa at the end. A judicial service here. Obama another Supreme Court judge that and ascenso did not. And it's open secret and paying for authorities in the brave they know. That's not making correct. And the Chief Justice there, he was rather doing the state a favor. And did not tell me yes, I can't or nobody ever out because one of the what you are not super far, one of them. But even the way it came out a month for if he said what could I do, he said, and yes, I'm here. I say, Chief Justice and will raise the state as so say, oh, my name for Dino. Because the first time, no Chief Justice, if you know Chief Justice, you know. And I said, so bad Chief Justice, you ever told me, and catch me say, a down or more from Supreme Court judge, no more at all.
Oh, I see. Matthias,
yeah, Omato. Here, when the Chief Justice actual letter to those who matter, say, no, I be a sensor, and yet. Come on, but. Obi and Kawari, transfers can go to account. Odin said they can trail it. Although Odin answer your maybe. But everybody should leave. Ministry, Ministry, please, let me finish. Ministry, I'll take them on and I'll bring the list of all the properties that they sold. How much went to the government? They should come and tell us. And how much is the market value of the property? Almost a government policy. Government policy, I'm not sure. I don't this year's young people in Arabia, Ghana, and Jamaica. My ministry is a mistake. Only I make good money because I have a lot of information and some funa who do a buying independent abrasu and Namuna at the end of the day. How much did they sell it? How much is the cost? The current cost or value of the end of motor and why and now motor at the end of the special prosecutor or money.
So you are ready to assist to offer special prosecutors our details in now.
No, or back to me few, but me and Kata will put it out there, put it out there, put it out there. They are going to speak the truth. Me, because you're doing and Moby. Woman in because a government policy. She can't say nobody got to Bank of Ghana for the government.
We are aware of that government redevelopment program. No, we are aware.
They say redevelopment program. Redevelopment program. What you are, we are to sometimes minister to them, minister beat them, Sheni. No, because at the end now, upon what ministry is the one for cantonments in Sasi are mostly redevelopment. We want to know the owners of the redevelopment, so-called redevelopment at all kinds. They should keep quiet. My said that my but then we see a deal woman. This will Ghana will die for this country. Will not allow anybody to take over this country with tax and everything. A small boy will say, "Who the to kill? We are now. Why are to kill? Woman, be to account. Who give bribe? 40,000 cedis. So me the to account. GT Bank. When you say GT Bank, say after or account for one. Bank and so deny. I'll bring the evidence.
Yes, I understand. But before so the con, say I heard it. On comedy anymore. I want delegates. I also say over supported party na campaign ama party no. This Dr. Machopoku Pempe running mate.
I want to running mate here. I'll put everything aside in campaign. Yes, man, I'm kind.
I don't
yeah, because Charlie, when you're true and true party man, you share who come office, and you pass sunlight. Any the way, only na lupo, oje, we call it. He brings the party people together. Again, or anybody or confidence or taste. So we will be a sabbath when you be a na po bar. Why you simple crowd and watch any issue? Obi and any abuse are. What do you call? Say you're Ghana year or shut me home and what you Ghana. This is how I check people. This is how I check people.
Well, the only person obey coach my convince us that actively provide everything for the party resources. You do it.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, everyone can say one kasa in person. No, oh, running mate and Quebec, come on.
David.
Thank you. I hope saying Nayati. Canada, Japan. It was a long video because they were touching on a sensu conversation with the bribery and whatever, which I don't want to actually get my fingers into that this afternoon. Having said that, at the later part of the conversation, as the conversation is coming to an end, Kennedy Japan made an emphatic statement. And this is a serious statement. Kennedy Japan way of assessing people who can actually rule Ghana or who can govern Ghana or who can lead Ghana or somebody that he evaluates that Nipanuwo, what it takes, the employability skill to be able to take position. Yeah, Nipano Okone officer, son of share party people, number 1. 2, son of Nipania confident. 3, send a Nipano any BA. Why simple and watch a bono, then in Pabua a channel. Now send a Nipania any BA no snipper and near BA sano or the Ghana Shannon sa obitini after Ghana. So this is unbelievable. You see the MPP we have. Make no mistake to go and vote NPP. Make no mistake, Ghanaian youth. Let me tell you, Kennedy Japan does not have any Ghanaian youth interest at heart. Any Ghanaian youth interest at heart. If you think, say, oh, Kennedy Japan, Kennedy Japan, Pegana, Sam, Kennedy Japan, Dogana, Kennedy Japan, dear, Kennedy Japan, dear. Kennedy Japan, he does not have Ghanaians' interest at heart. The selection process for somebody to be a flag bearer and then say, Nipananye biye, Napoye biye, Okon officer, Napoye, very effective because of share party people. So, Napoye simple, crown watch and then in Paboa a channel. And for that reason, if Baumia choose Napo, then him Kennedy Japan would use all his office machinery, his resources to support the NPP campaign for them to win the 2024 election. This is Kennedy Japan for you. This is two-faced Kennedy Japan. I know everything. The Bia Ebeko Kuwu Organa Bia no Kennedy Japan claims say unim or evidence about everything and everyone. Every bad thing Biano ebe crack Kennedy. I compare Kohine Japan and Sana esi. And Okupieso. This is selection. This is a man who wanted to be a president because he was part of the selection. We see the kind of people that the country or our society, the society is producing to lead Ghana. They are selecting leaders based on nipa na niebie, nipa na watch na mpaboa. The last time I checked, we selected a leader based on oya lawyer. Ne papa na ne papa ye president or a ceremonial president. Yako cheki yano onwanka certificate crampo no nibi or send the certificate ira. Ena edinya bedu baby ayedui. The last time we did selection, because of our Bank of Ghana. That was Baumia. Into ye quack of Panaba or no or this Bank of Ghana or into your no better to ye near my. The last time the same NPP did a selection, because of the Wall Street. And who was that? That was Oforiata. Because they were saying, Oforiata has just come from Wall Street. Hence, Oforiata is very good. Onimadia when we talk about Wall Street, they're talking about the financial heart of America. And Oforiata claims that's where he worked. You might have worked at the Wall Street as he wasn't a hedge fund manager, maybe holding a portfolio. But it's totally different. The investment bankers in financial market, in Wall Street, in Canary Wharf, in the financial heart of London, and what have you, these people operate differently. It's not the same as running an economy of a country. It's not the same. These are two totally different things. If somebody is a hedge fund or they hold it in portfolio as investment banker, they gamble. These people gamble on the money that they have. Yes, they have insight about finances. They understand the markets. They trade, but every trade the person will throw money in is a gamble. That trade might go positive or it could go negative. That is why they can lose money. That is why when you are investing in any investment market, they tell you your investment can go up or down, meaning they are not going to give you any guarantees. When it comes to running the economy of a country, it's totally different, because we cannot afford as a country for the entire economy to go down. So if you go and pull a man from a Wall Street as an investment banker, thinking that because he's got experience there, he's coming to work magic in your economy, you've got it totally wrong. The man is going to gamble on the resources that the state has. And that was exactly what happened. He gambled. His strategy was one-way strategy. The strategy was go out there, go into the European bond market, sell the Ghanaian bonds, sell it cheap, collateralize every natural resources and every taxes that is being collected, get 20, 30, 40 years ahead money out of it. Bring it now. Let's spend the money now. Let's make sure our premiership is boomed with money. And thereafter, when we leave the scene, we don't give a toss what happened. They never did a feasibility study. They never took into account that what about something goes wrong? Boom! Hell break loose. COVID hit. Let's listen to Baumia. And it will give you an insight of exactly what I'm saying. Let's listen to Baumia.
make sure that happens. We've put in place a very first-class economic management team.
Hear the video here. I'm not sure whether you can hear me. I'm going to take it out and then I'll put it back again. Bear with me 1 sec. Totally take that video out and add that video again.
Economic management team. I would even say world class, because
okay, now I can hear it. So let's go back. Let's start.
that we make sure that happens. We've put in place a very first class economic management team. I would even say world class, because the Minister of Finance, very known Wall Street banker, investment banker, really high achiever. The former Minister of Finance, who is deputy chair, vice chair of the economic management team, Yao Safo, he was voted at one time the best finance minister in Africa by the World Economic Forum, and many others. They're just a solid, capable group of individuals who have come together to manage the team. And we meet every week without fail. And so we have a laser-eyed focus on the economy, and we are taking decisions and making sure we monitor what is going on.
Yeah, did we all hear Baumia here? This thing that Baumia did, two things. This video is going to do magic in 2024 election. Why? Because one, they're trying to clean Baumia up, saying Baumia has nothing to do with the failure of the Ghanaian economy and what happened within the finance ministry and what happened within the Bank of Ghana. Let me tell you one thing. In governance, Anka, in a normal day, Anka Rebecca said about normal canon is right. Why? Because in governance, the person who is in charge of the economy is the Chancellor of the Exchequer, which is the finance minister. And in this case, the Chancellor of the Exchequer of Ghana is Oforiatta. But no, what happened was Akufo-Addo himself stood there and said, I'm not good. When it comes to economy, it's not my thing. Hence, I'm going to bring a man from the Bank of Ghana who is more knowledgeable to be my vice president, running mate and then vice president to run the economy. Baumia then came up with this video or press conference and mentioned, say, they have what? First class. The word Baumia use, or see, we have first class. One can say they, or see we, or the Nehon. Or we and on Osaka say we even have world class. They move from first class to the world class. Mesambo video na mamati. Ono noa bon ho abaso. Ono bo osafoma so abaso. Ono bo kenoforiata abaso. And then he even went further and say, we meet every week without shadow of a doubt. They meet every week. He went further and said, we have laser eye focus on the economy. We, Baumia, Osafumaso, Kenoforata, the economic management team, Baumia said they have laser eye. Mr. Laser Eye, what happened? Best Eye View, Laser Eye. They have Laser Eye. I'm going to play the video again. Listen to him. Laser Eye.
We make sure that happens. We've put in place a very first-class economic management team. I would even say world-class, because the Minister of Finance, very known Wall Street banker, investment banker, really high achiever. The former Minister of Finance, who is deputy vice chair of the economic management team, Yao Safo, he was voted at one time the best finance minister in Africa by the World Economic Forum, and many others. They're just a solid, capable group of individuals who have come together to manage the team. And we meet every week without fail. And so we have a laser-eyed focus on the economy, and we are taking decisions and making sure we monitor what is going on.
We have laser-eye focus on the economy, and we monitor, making sure what is going on. We actually have world class. How can they come back and tell us that Bawumia is clean? He's not part of the dirty things that has happened. Bawumia is clean. How could they? How can you put Bawumia through the mill to try and clean him? We have a message for the MPP. It doesn't matter where you will take Bawumia, the amount of bleach you will buy to try and clean Bawumia will never come clean. Bawumia is as dirty as the gutters in places that we know in Ghana. Bawumia. Me mama no me papa no Bawumia Dr. Bawumia nene wabegyina ha so no na yentoma no utuma Bawumia de anka yetiate, because Bawumia baby yedui. Bawumia se no laser eye, no world class people oni omo hwe yesika so nso ene sika no ahye Ghana ahye. As we me say Ghana ahye yesik ye dwotre na ahye. Ghana dwotre ahye. We have no money. Our resources with mortgaging for God knows how many years. Our taxes with mortgage these taxes for God knows how many years. We are bankrupt. We cannot pay our debt, external debt. Our pensioners, the people who even came to us with their own money to ensure they will buy government bonds. Our own Ghanaians, own family. We've reduced them down the poverty line. The working class has been reduced below poverty line. The middle class has been reduced to working class. The upper class, if there was any, and the establishment are the ones who are sitting on the stolen money, many of them, and the state capture, many of them. Many of them. It's unbelievable. But it doesn't end there. You know why I'm worried? Because these people are not ready to stop their nonsense. They're not ready. They want to go on and go on and go on and go on until they finish this country. They have no shame. Normally, there is a saying that he who is down does not need kicking anymore. In other words, when somebody is down, you don't kick them. Ghana is down, and these people are still doing the kicking. They don't give a toss. You are down, they're still doing the kicking. And you know why they're doing the kicking? because they think all Ghanaians are fools. Let's watch what these people did to us, what they told us, some of the promises. And last week, I've seen something again that Ghanaians are buying into it, and I'm shocked. Were we not here when these people came and told us this? I'm going to show you what they told us. Do we all remember this? Boom. Do you remember this? Accra to have the first sky train station in August 2020. And the picture better. No muku chat photo bia sky train bia. Se kroben so na namu. So no muku chat picture we no the better. Ni a boy who see. This was before 2020 election 2020. This was some of the strategy they used before election 2020, right? And then Ghanaians bought into it. Give Akufo-Addo the opportunity. Give Bawumia and these operator people the opportunity because they bring in something new. The train and Namuviem, sky train and Namuviem. Ghana for better train there. And Namuviem a chair. And that's what Bawumia does. He always does the comparison and tell you, say, we even have a better system than the US and America. Then Ghanaians bought into it. We were fooled again. And then Ghanaians voted for them. From 2020, we are in 2024. Have you seen any sky trains? Have you even seen construction of the actual metal works for those sky trains? We haven't seen them, have we? Now check this out. This week or last week, this is what they've brought. Pam panam 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 pam 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 pam. This one. They are now saying, say, yen trains nibi out to your Mabambele no factory and the one ye tested our European factory be. Say a China factory, Ghana flag burning. Na Ghana for me be some moonsha picture ye with a moonsha picture ye. Look at the paintwork of the train and look at the Ghana flag paintwork. Can you see there is a spot in the green? There's some white spot blue or green in. And this is a paintwork. Train manufacturing company be no mako Photoshop. Trains are building oma draw Ghana flag wa no mo dia to ha. Anka trains are fix ya yenwie no. How do we put graphics, okay, on a train and the graphic is not on the body of the train? Look at the whole body of the train is white. You can even see that might not be the finishing paint on that train, but they've put Ghana flag in front. And check out where the Ghana flag is. From the panel where they said the Ghana flag is all the way to top here. To the top here, okay? If you can see my case, I have a look. To the top here, the whole of that area is a glass panel. It's a glass. Now, they've managed to stick a sticker here saying, say, Akufo-Addo, Bawumia, ni MPP, trains on my other eba. It didn't finish there. Look at this picture again. Look at this picture. No, this one. That very trains is somewhere in Europe in snow. The train be a yet test you say you can see other trains. If you look on the right hand side after the lamp post, you could see the trains be a parking or company be manufacturing center. Anna Bawumia ne Akufo-Addo no masanko no mako twa photo yi no mo dia beto a amaye no mo they blasted it all over to deceive Ghanaians, and Ghanaians surprisingly have bought into this again. The NPP Project Bureau, there is a site on Facebook called NPP Project Bureau circulating this. But listen to their names, NPP Project Bureau. The deception. The deception. Oh, Tama, thank you. Thank you, Tama. I was just about to say this. That these are the very people who have even sold the ambulances that were donated to us. Those ambulances have been put in Dubai and sold. When the videos came out, these people told us categorically that those ambulances were there for them to put graphics on, to do furnishing and whatever, and then transport those ambulances to Ghana. And the ambulances will come within 6-8 weeks. We are here 9 months. There are no ambulances. Now let me ask you a question. He who sells your ambulance, even the ones that is being given to you for free, he who sells it, do not bring it for it to service the country. Do you think that person have money to go and buy you train? Not just trains. And what actually pissed me off with this whole train thing is, let me try and see the picture. There was one that they've written, this one here, they've written, the first unit of 12 modern trains for Ghana Railways to operate both regional and national. And national. The first 12 modern trains. Show us the tracks. Show us where the regional and the national train tracks are. That this photocopy train or Photoshop train that you've put this, and you can see these people are not. Look, what upsets me is, what really upset me is, even when these people want to tell a lie, they're not good enough telling the lie. They're not even good enough. A child, a primary school child, could tell us that the picture of that Ghana flag on that train is so odd, it's tiny, it's out of place. You could see that the resolution of that picture is not even right. Look at the paint work of the train and then look at that Ghana flag picture. And you've got people like, I didn't want to mention name, but I'm going to mention this guy's name, Biscout Nana Prempe. Biscout, I respect you a lot. The reason why I give you so much respect is you're one of those people who came on these social media or who started this social media thing, and your name went far. Over the years, you've watered down your name from the good things that you were doing, and you've turned it into unnecessary fights, petty argument with other bloggers and other social media commentators. That's not my cup of tea anyway. But Bisca, adiena ye wahano sa wonte ase a. Stay within beef now and don't come within the political arena. Because the political arena is no joke. Sana Ghana for Enya Breno. Why? Because NPP Abanwe Oma Bugana for fame etiate Ghana for so aye Ghana for ache. The reason why I'm saying I'm using the word Oma Ghana for ache is because the things that the lies that they tell Ghanaians are more insult than even what these boys says on social media to insult these people. Ghana has not been run right. And this group of NPP people, this crop of NPP people, have done so much injustice to Ghana than any government. It is the same NPP who was UP, who was Dieben, they changed their name from Aborigine to UP to your friend is saying Dieben, Northern People's Party to and Oma boom Oma say Ghana Besiane. These are the very people who instigated and did everything possible for Nkrumah to be overthrown, which has brought Ghana to where it is today. When we are talking about serious things and you begin to play games and propaganda, that what is not 2024. In Crawford, who no create no sanko koto Emma Ghana BM. Sa MPP 4 we kotuma no san be Ghana should be more ebe hayen. So please don't do this. This guy, don't do this. If you want to be part of the whole political dialogue, every Ghanaian is a stakeholder in Ghana. I'm a stakeholder. You are a stakeholder. Every single Ghanaian is a stakeholder. You are allowed to. But because you didn't throw the bull minor check. We were here when you came and told us, your friend is saying, in confirm etuko Burkina, which was not true. We were here when some of you guys came and told us, John Mama, I thought dying was Dubai, hotels were Dubai, which was not true. We were here when we were students. When you came back and told us, Rollins, a jewel shop was Switzerland, which was not true. We were here when you came back and told us all sorts of things. You came back and told us, Red Cross, and said, this money belongs to Opuni. Opuni, your friend is saying, Sika Walodu, soldier for Akwaku Hunono. We are tired of the spending. And now you cannot spend the unspun. Because Ghanaians are unspun now. And anybody who dares try and spin the political discussions, we're going to take them on. We will be naming and shaming you. You can go about and water that your name. You can go about and water down your name. Keep the respect that you have. And do your social media beefing and blogging and going to people's house. The thing you do with Ohini David and you can go about and do that. Nobody's interested in that. Personally, I'm not interested in that. No NDC person is interested in that. Because these things are send your man na mutimi ye ono na munye good at. You guys are very good at those things. So do it. Do it. Do those things. Some of us, we're not interested in that. We're interested in serious discussion. What is going on? Yeah, mamo and mama say, and your page, especially your page is a fee account page. Into a co and all fee account Kumasi area. A koya ma menom near papa near your fanoma. Omuntimin can count who the difference ne omun what is called Photoshop and what have you. Into no hunia or the better one of he said. And Crotrodo. Please don't do this. Don't do this. When the MPP propaganda team, when they do this, we will hold them. We know it. We will hold them accountable. We will come and then we will name and shame them and tell the people the truth. But more people like yourself, men yes, men from mama account. This government have destroyed Ghana enough. Government we was say Ghana enough. So we share school ene yenkola akwa yekono traffic light. What a traffic light school that. If you look at the report that is being written to the education ministry to look into the way the Ghana education or the education in Ghana is destroyed. Education constitutes the fabric of our society. And if you destroy 5 years of people's education, you have destroyed almost a decade of the country's fabrics. It's what you've done, almost a decade. My heart bleeds for Ghana. If you don't have capable people who have gone through the proper educational system, who have employability skills, who can think on their feet, who have the abilities to govern a country, we're going to have a vacuum of 5 years that in Krofua, within that era now, they are not good enough to run a country, whether in leadership, whether as an employers, whether as an employee, because they will be lacking something. They will be lacking something. And these are the serious issues as our MPP government we Omaje etia Ghana. Apart from Sikaira, Sikavia, economy, I say Ghana, BB, I say they play politics with everything, including even the GFA, Ghana Football Association. Politics. Politics. I don't want to talk about football. And the reason why I don't want to talk about football and talk about particular ministry is when everything is wrong at the top, they call it the chain effect. When everything is wrong at the top, the knock-on effect runs through and knocks everything down. It's like we have this glass, and then I've poured water now. I've poured water on my stuff. Don't worry, I got handkerchief, always prepared. I pour water on my books. Never mind. Never mind. If you have this glass and it's tilted that way, the glass is tilted that way, and you have so many other glasses leaning on each other. Okay, so they lean on each other. As soon as you move this, the whole lot comes down. The whole lot comes down. And that is the problem we have in Ghana now. The top, the foundations is wrong. The top is shaky. We've lost direction. We've lost leadership. We don't know where we're going. So everything comes down. Everything comes down. Ghanaians are so Ghana for ni abreno. Wow, would do home? Jandam Sankwasi we trying to spin Ghanaians, trying to tell a lie. These people are gonna come on after you. People will come after you. Go to Germany, boys, I actually now. You hear some of the stories now. Boys, I shit. And their only hope is John Dramani Mahama as we speak. Hence, Don't play these kind of games. Don't get involved. If you can be genuine and speak the truth and criticize your own and tell them how bad they've been, then please, just sit on the fences. And when we finish what we're doing, you can have a go. People like you believe in the divine right of a king. You believe that a king is chosen by God and what have you. And I don't believe in the divine right of a king. I don't believe in divine right of a king. I believe in imposition. People impose things on us. Like Akufo-Addo and this Bawumia and Oforiatta administration was forced on Ghanaians. They were imposed on us through lies, through propaganda, through spinning. They sit there and they say, oh, they say, we need election in the we will take power as our general chairman, Esiedin Ketia, said. The NDC will take power coming 7th December 2024. And there will be peace in Ghana. What I call it will be glorious election. In this country, they call something glorious revolution. If you know the history of the British, there was something called the Glorious Revolution when Parliament had their own soldiers called the Cavaliers. No, sorry, the Parliament had their soldiers called the Roundheads. Their soldiers were called the Roundheads, and then the monarch had their soldiers called the Cavaliers, and then there was a conflict, between Charles, I think it was Charles VI, or Charles VI army, and which were the Cavaliers, and then Parliament also had their army, which were the Roundheads. And then why? Because at that time the king wanted to have his way, and the Parliament would not allow him. So what he did was he stayed away from Parliament for a long time. At a point, Kramponi said, if you go into British history, do you know military have taken over Britain before? Britain has been republic before. Britain was republic for, I think, 11 years. There was a vacuum. Military took over this country. The British military, they ran this country before. This country has been run by their military before. History whole. And finally, monarch decided, and as a king decided, he said, Obeko Parliament, no arrested some parliamentarians who were against him and whatever, to arrest 5 people who were not there. And then the whole thing, it turned into a civil war between the people supporting the monarch and the people supporting Parliament. And that was what they call it, the Glorious Revolution, because they took over the country. Parliament took over the country, but not a single life was lost. And they entitled it the Glorious Revolution. And we are going to have a glorious election. NDC will take over the country coming 2020, December 2024, 7th December 2024. And John Mahama will be sworn in 7th January 2025. And it will be glorious election. Glorious swearing in. Not a single life will be lost. Why? Because I have so much faith in Ghanaians. Ghanaians are going to go. Ghanaians will go, they will turn up in their numbers and they will vote against this NPP government, that they will realize the gap in numbers and they will say, look, we can't do anything about it. Hence, let's leave it. Let's leave it. And if Ekufuado and Bawumia, if they know anything better, as Chairman Johnson Esiedin Ketia said in his broadcast last 3 weeks, Ekufuado should remember the very oath he took 7th January 2001. The oath he took to go into office. The oath he took. What they are worried about is simple. They are worried that they will be arranged before commission and majority of these assets stolen will be retrieved and given back to the Republic, and they themselves will be subject to imprisonment. That is what they're worried about. That's all it is, and nothing else. But with that, commission it here ABC, because that is what Ghanaians want. There will be commission looking into, me say, in the 4 years of John Mahama's administration, yeah, boy, we will have commission running. Every single person will go through that commission. If you are found guilty, first of all, where are the monies? Where are the assets? Let's get them back to the Republic. More to dine, state and dine. Asensu. Chiri no say a government policy so motunton state buildings no into Canada Japan say more form na more tono. You guys munyina musika beshe, because every single state property that has been sold to you guys under the market value, believe you me, I'm not the president and I won't be the president, but Ghanaians would demand this back. Ghanaians will demand this back. And John Dramani Mahama has promised us. He has promised us. Say, sir, and dying, sir, access, no, sir, in Yaman, yebeje. He has promised us. And I believe in his promise. Inti muko fesika etobino, be very careful. You might end up losing your money. Stop buying them. Those of you who have already bought them, you will lose your money. You will lose your money. I know they're watching. So, or even if they don't watch now, they come and watch these videos later. I'm telling you, you put a post there, they come and watch. And I know the reason why I'm saying that. I didn't need Boy Jefferson. I cannot. I say if they dare do anything stupid, Ghana can't contain us. Ghana can't contain us. Ghana can't contain us. You've wrecked the things. You've messed the country. If you want to leave the scene, we kicking you out. Just leave the scene peacefully. Leave the scene peacefully. You have been advised by Chairman Esiedin Ketia. Remember your oath. You are the commander-in-chief, Ekufuado. So at that point, still I am now a president, because now you set a transition team I will hand you over Amano until say Abuba Banawi. Until at that time, you will near Cancelia from Crawford, commander-in-chief, and tell them, say, everybody should calm down and let all of you leave the scene peacefully. Wow, we say, "O crime, son, ube Ghana no start to say we Ghana now," because Ghanaians will not forgive you guys. It's simple as that. Many of you will go to prison, no question about that. Many of you, no question about that. because the commission will have the same powers. John Mama is not just going to get up overnight and says, I'm sending people to prison for the sake of prison. It won't even happen. Constitutionally, he doesn't even have power to do that as a president. He cannot do that because there's been in law, they call something the habeas corpus, which has been there for years, that everybody have the right to be presented before a law court, or for them to tell them or to tell them what the wrongs that they've done. So habeas corpus, it works in Ghana. So people will not be wrongly thrown into prison. But if the commission looks into it and the commission find you guilty, then that it is. So you have your say in court, in front of the commission. You have your lawyers defending you. Those of you, since some of you have to start looking for very good world-class lawyers. Very, very, very good world-class lawyers. I'm not going to mention names, but you know yourselves. Very good first-class or world-class lawyers. As Baumia said, we are a team of first-class, indeed a world-class. And we have a laser eye, laser high, and any laser eye, no focus, any laser eye pony, and the moon eye ni bidia, kiyewu, kitiate, laser eye pony. Corruption, but the West is watching. Let me play this video, and I'm going to end. The West is watching. I'm happy the West is watching. This is a video from the British High Commissioner in Ghana. Bear me one sec. Let me quickly do something here. This is a video from the British High Commissioner. In Ghana. And there was a video that was circulating, and I thought, this is interesting. Let's watch that video quickly. Let me add it to it.
If all of the money that comes into Ghana is used for the purpose for which it was intended, Ghana would be making faster progress. That's not to say, I don't want to overestimate it, and I don't have any evidence.
I'll see, if all of the money that comes to Ghana, if those monies are being used for what is intended, then Ghana will be vastly and fast developed. Ghana will be vastly developed if all of the money. Having said that, because she is not allowed to actually interfere with domestic affairs, she said, even though I don't have a proof and I don't want to overstate it, but video
in so many countries, if all of the money that comes into Ghana is used for the purpose for which it was intended, Ghana would be making faster progress. That's not to say, I don't want to overestimate it, and I don't have any evidence. Often people think, the British High Commission must know what's happening. No, we look at the surveys, and the surveys are all about perceptions. If the perceptions are real, then there is more that could be done to tackle corruption in Ghana.
Thank you. That is Harriet Thompson. Harriet Thompson is the British High Commissioner in Ghana. Thanks, Harriet. And Harriet have said it all here. And Harriet pretended as if say unim. Believe you me, they know. These are the people who actually have more intelligence about our country, Ghana, more than ourselves. Why? Because they collect data. These people collect data. There is no money movement in the world that the British don't know. I'm telling you, there is no movement of money in the world that the British don't know. Why? Because British moved from industrial revolution from industrial revolution where manufacturing and what have you, coal, wool, metals or steel, they moved away from that and they went into banking and insurance. There is no single financial transaction that is done in the world that doesn't go through a British bank. Whether it's going to the US, whether it's going to Canada, whether it's going to Tokyo, whether it's going to, you name it, any continent, there is no transactions that cut across in the world that doesn't go through a British bank. And they are normally termed as the British intermediate banks because they are the carriers of these transactions. And you will pay fees on their services, charges on their services. So you think, oh, I'm transferring money from my bank from Ghana into the US, is gonna go through a British bank, which is the intermediate bank. It flies through them. It goes through them. It goes through them. So they know and they have the data. They know every single transactions. They know all the transactions. They know all the transactions. But sometimes they pretend they don't know. Why? Because that is someone's sovereign affairs. They cannot just come and begin to talk about it and say things that they assume everybody. So they play diplomatically, and that's what she's done there. Because don't forget, Harriet Thompson in the past, Yabekaya Onuna Dampari, mo IGP Dampari ya. Mo IGP Dampari ya. Me person may use any French word to describe it this afternoon. Mo IGP Dampari ya. Mo beka Dampari troll letter tin. Dampari letter no krami wa na me fantu suni en kan be awie. Dampari wrote a very long letter on the command say why interfere in domestic affairs. I think it's to do with what? What is it to do with? Troll letter tin be brofi be a grammar ninka or can see no afesia mo Dr. Dampari ya Dampari mo doctor ya YGP doctor ya my GP Dampari doctor ya mo Dampari ya some na me ken mo Dampari ya IGP on now no auto call Laura Kwanchen obi ehun say me say Dampari ya IGP ya or criticize Harriet Thompson, the British High Commissioner. So she's trying to be very, very, very careful what she says to ensure say it doesn't stir trouble in Ghana. Doesn't stir trouble in Ghana. But we have to be very careful. The way your mind and yet and we have to sacrifice our lives for our unborn generation, like our forefathers did. And that is exactly what we need to do. This generation, especially, that is why 2024 election has been termed as a national service. If we don't go out there and sacrifice, if we don't take this as a national pride, if we don't take this as a national assignment, if we don't take this that it's a war, and it's a war that we are going to fight with our thumb, not with a giant, not with machetes, not with what do you call it, arrows and bows and guns, but a war that we are going to fight with our thumb. And because Jim Mensah even knows that it's being a war that will be fought by the thumb and it will be a glorious election, they are even saying that, oh, Indemnable Inc. You see how they cheat? Because she knows that it's a war of the farm. It's the war of the farm. When you come into British history, they've had a history called the War of Roses. The War of Roses. You know that there is a flower that represents England, and is the red rose. The red rose. In history, they had a war called the War of the Roses. That War of Roses was between the House of Lancaster and the House of York. The House of Lancaster uses the red rose. The House of York uses the white rose. And they fought. That is why Henry I, when he won the War of Roses, he was from the House of Lancaster. We are not called worry somebody from the House of York. So what he did was he put the two roses together. He brought the two families together. This time is going to be in Ghana, the war of the farms. We're going to do it with our farm. We're not going to sit back. If we don't do this for our generation, then we are doomed. Because they did it for us. And they even did it with the blood and sweat. They fought on the street, they fought on the river, they fought on the sea, they fought on the marketplaces, they fought in the forest, they fought in every place and every angle. They were fighting the British, they were fighting what is called tribal wars all over. For us, we've been given the best opportunity to just go and fight with our farm. And then so I will tell you your mean to aba. Into one to aba na hena ne nkotoma na hena ne intake decision ne ma. Me bompa say obi abenya adwensakra, including the army and the police, who will be sent as a security to oversee, to ensure peace in these elections. They shouldn't forget the oath that they've also taken to protect the motherland Ghana, to protect the people. You are protecting the people. You are protecting the motherland Ghana, meaning you are protecting the land, the resources, and protecting the very people, the inhabitants. So the people who come and queue, whether they are MPP, whether they are NDC, whether they are CPP, whether they are PPP, these are people that you've sworn oath to protect, not to go and shoot them, not to kill them, but protect them. Protect the people. Let the people have their say. Protect the people. So on that day, have a change of heart. Have a heart a heart of love for the people of Ghana. Nobody should be tempted to do anything to hurt any Ghanaian, to scare any Ghanaian, to intimidate any Ghanaian. Let's do what is right as we put on our uniform as men and women of the security services. Let's do what is good for the country. Let's do what is right. Now, Ghana, I pray too much. Ghana, pray. Ghana, pray. Every single ministry is corrupted. It's been tinkled. It's been tampered with. They're easy. They should also have a change of mind. They should do what is right. Jimensa. Jinadikwe mensa. We are in cranium. We are in cranium. Kawabusiafo. Kawachi. Don't go to bed with these people. Don't do it. Provide a service for Ghana. The Ghana that we all want. The Ghana you love. The Ghana you love. If you do what is good, your job will be protected. Unim se unye necessary unye at the pebia, intina debiano. You want to keep doing, and you know that is one thing about doing something wrong. When we started now, ye be not the end, unim se now ye and 1 year. You want to all the time do the wrong to try and cover up the previous wrongs. But the more you do the wrongs, the more worse things become. So if I were you, in this coming election, for once, I will do what is right. In this 2024 election, December coming, let's Ghanaians say, this time the Jamaica was shocking and the EC, at least they done something. We've criticized them, we've said everything, but this time around, they've been transparent, they've been just. And that's what we're looking for as Ghanaians. That's all and nothing else. It's only in Ghana that our governance, our politics, everything is backwards. It's only in Ghana. It's only in Ghana that public servants do not understand the very reasons why they are even called public servants. In this country, Britain that I live, a public servant, you stay unbiased. That is the fundamental rule. Unbiased. You are like a referee. Because you are a public servant, you do not play any role in politics. I don't just say otwaba, but it's only in Ghana that you will see an ASP saying, I'm a party boy. It's only in Ghana. You will see a public official and a public servant there, what your politics saying. It's against the rules. It's against the rules. Because you as a public servant, you will be in that ministry for 30, 40, 50 years. Party will come and party will go, and you will serve under different parties. That's how public service is supposed to be. But we have messed it. I always say, look, we picked up the blueprint of governance. We've picked up the blueprint of democratic governance and politics, and we've messed it up. We've messed it up. It's totally messed up. Totally messed up. We've destroyed it. We can't keep going on that tangent. It's impossible. We can't keep traveling on that tangent. We need to find a balance. We need to be able to tell ourselves that, look, we've done this for so many years, it didn't work. So for once, let's do what is right. Whether you are NDC, whether you are MPP, and the very new generation that we even need them to do what is right, society is still producing not people or people not capable of holding high office because of our education system. So in Ghana, sometimes then you ask yourself, is this being done intentionally by this MPP to water down the education, to ensure that they don't produce? It's like going to a farm and making sure that the seedlings that you are, or the seeds that you are planting are not hybrid seeds. Hence, it's not going to give you the kind of yield that you will need during your harvest. You know that. But you've put quantity over quality. You've put quantity over quality. I won't put quantity over quality. I don't think anybody who has the right mind will put quality over quantity. If you have many who cannot give you anything good, but rather you have a few that could give you and lead a very effective country, why don't you educate the few? And then tailor the help to those that requires the help. It's as simple as that. Tailor the help to those who require the help. But intentionally, you want to dilute everything. So you say, no, I'm taking over everything. And then, but you know you can't provide the service. Okokan. Yeah, my memory of Anoma can only be. Say, my own car. And a free education there, and a free everything free. Not gonna near for a chance. Everything free. You naka say, a dear way free, oh, Ghana nimbis. I say, a DNA free. No, I find a chance to not dear Mika because what if free or kwakwakoche. That is our predicament. That is where we are today as a country. The free is what has given us where we are today. I'm going to end this video with a quote. And there is a famous saying, say, if you think education is expensive, then think of what illiteracy will do to you. Some people will take this quote, think and say it favors the NPP. No, it doesn't favor the NPP because their attempt to try and educate almost everybody in the country has rather watered down the education system. And hence, we are not going to get the quality, the breed, the caliber of the people we want, the finest brains that we're looking for, the yield that we're looking for to look after the country. And no why a country no papa and our bonnie. The free education will be reviewed. The review doesn't mean cancel. And I believe the NDC will come up with very good solution. I believe they will go back on the now we can't do progressive again because it's been thrown across nationwide. So we can't say we are going back to progressive again. I don't think it's something the NDC would do. And it's me saying it. I'm not speaking for the NDC because I'm not part of the policy makers. I haven't seen what the policy makers have drafted, but I believe so. Having said that, I believe what the NDC policy makers can do and what I would suggest they do to education is they have to go back to the means tested and then help those who require help. And then tailor the free education to only day students. If you are in a boarding, you need to pay for the boarding facility. But if you think so, then you have to be a day student, which means you have access to education. The government will intervene, but we need to bring the cost down. So you then become a day student. Boarding schools, the boarding schools are for they call it the independent schools. They are prep schools. Because the government, even British government, cannot afford boarding schools. British government, they can't do it. So how can we? That was why when Akufo-Addo's promise of free education erupted, the Brits were shocked. So he came to UK and Jeremy Vine interviewed him. And Jeremy Vine asked him, tell me how you're going to pay for this. I think I have that video somewhere here. It's too late. I can't look for it. It's one-man show. Mini team of supporting Makason. And Jeremy Vine asked this question. And he said, oh, I'm going to tell the people of Ghana first. Because he knew he doesn't have even the costing. He doesn't know. He was just walking into the darkness, not knowing what is in there. It was a landmine And boom, we took ourselves into it as a country. And it's blown on our faces. It's blown on our faces today. Let me read a few comments and let me end it here. Thelma said, I appreciate one second. I think I lost that. I appreciate all you do for Mother Ghana. Thank you, Thelma. Thank you. Thank every single one that came on board this afternoon. I know it's a busy week. Kujo Fati, Thelma Adikote, Enyana Mansa, Boy Jefferson, Winnie Frazazi, both to defend, both Latif Rati, Abosi Aise Sasraku, Baraki Sikware. Hey sis, how are you? I saw your post this morning. I think it might be night at that time at your end, telling us how the snow is how the snow is messing you guys your way of living. I know we had a terrible storm here as well, but it's better now. It's far better. Kid Menard, Kofi Amponsan, who else was here? Sylvia Mawuli Gla, Henry Ofosuwari, who was here? Rebel of Phyllis Josiah, who else was here? Or they are still here? Thank you, my boss, Keo Achia, or say please like and share. Thanks, boss. I didn't even realize you're here. Also, they've sold Ghana. They have sold Ghana. And the sad part is Ghana was so cheaply. Ghana was given to on a silver platter. Ghana have been so cheaply. Lithium kakra cancer ekotono. Ano some person omu ton kra say di ansa na yaba. Kofo we no. Sylvia Mawuligla, Grace Na, Momo Asante, who else is here or was here? Is still here or was here? I should be asking. Yeah, I think. Oh, Chris Legacy, Dali. I think that's about it, if I'm correct. There's been, look, thanks all of you for your support. It's been a great afternoon. Please keep liking and keep sharing, and then let's keep doing this together. God bless Ghana. God bless the NDC. God bless John Dramani Mahama, and God bless us all. We're looking forward to 7th December 2024 when the visionary leader, the 24-hour economy will be activated. The 24-hour economy need the about. By the way, just a quick announcement. 24-hour economy and John Dramani Mahama team and the NDC will be in the Ashanti region. Ashanti region, we actually coming in style. We're gonna walk through. There's going to be a walk, the 24-hour economy walk in Ashanti region. Please embrace it. Munjai party with the Nyaya ye party be a new aye born now. Yankopon office roban and Yankopon Kase Udienye. No, we are all here to gather around the 24-hour economy and one economy. I think somebody said that in the past, isn't it? Somebody said that there was a saying of such nature in the past. We are all here together around the 24-hour economy, which is classified as 24-hour economy. No, a juma pa enkwa. So a juma and a deba, a juma pa and a deba. Mumaye nyina pa ose enhia ni engine tum ni nyina yenye na Ghana enfan ntoma papa infra. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
Ebrena so brabeka ye ho wa santimantem kropon wa bra NDC amanyokuo no ebo dompem ene kromani nyina enantinante wokumase afana nyina wa bra ye chirachi amanfo 24-hour economy emfasudia ede bebra ye wo my Ghana wa oni 24-hour economy no eye adwuma nko a ye nanti ye nanti ye di free abo post office ede be wura pelele na fe ye di afa on the run na ya boy wura mention hospital na fe ye di wura Alaba street na fe ye di wura keyeti roundabout na ya boy wura Hello FM na fe ya toaso ewo A Life na ye di akopiem ewo asafo overpass na fe ya be piem ewo labor roundabout na ye di nyina be si ewo Jubilee Park sa 24-hour economy nanti ya nanti ewo santimantem kropon kumase etitirufo ebeba eye kanema mpeni John Dramani Mahama ena fe so owura asiedu nketia national chairman ma NDC amanyokuo no owura Joseph Yamin a woye national organizer ema NDC amanyokuo no Nana Kwesi a woye Ashanti regional chairman ema NDC ena fe so NDC empenifo nyina wa santimantem kaise adwumadie aye 24-hour economy sensitization working NDC Ashanti regional executives ene techi nantikesi yi baso ewo opepo boso me de toso aduonu 9 January 24 2024 wukuade ye
Suzuza